Y'all, the feds just dropped some wild footage about Diddy allegedly helping Jay-Z control and manipulate Beyonce for years. I know, it sounds like something out of a crime drama, but stick with me here because the evidence they've come out with is absolutely bonkers. Now, we've been hearing whispers for a hot minute about how Jay-Z has allegedly been keeping Queen Bey under his thumb, but here's the kicker. Apparently, he's not doing this alone. His good friend Diddy is supposedly helping him with the whole operation. And let's not forget, Diddy's got his own mess to deal with, what with multiple women, including Cassie, accusing him of some seriously shady behavior. Let's rewind a bit and look at Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship, shall we? On the surface, they're the ultimate Hollywood power couple. I mean, they've got nearly $4 billion in the bank, a mansion that screams luxury, and mad respect from their peers. But honey, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, there's been more drama than a telenovela marathon. Their love story started out super unconventional, to say the least. When they first met, Beyonce was just a teen and Jay-Z was in his 30s. Talk about an age gap. Beyonce spilled the tea in an interview saying, "I was 18 when we first met, 19 when we started dating. There was no rush, no one expected me to run off and get married." But here's where it gets messy. Some fans are side-eyeing the timeline, wondering if they might have started dating before Beyonce even turned legal. Yikes, the math isn't quite adding up, and it's got people questioning how much of this love story is really the whole truth.
You taught me so many things. I was 20 years old when we first started dating. You taught me how to be a woman. You taught me how to live. You taught me how to be a friend. You've given me so much in life, and this is not enough. It's not enough I can give you. I just want you to be happy, and every year I'm just even more in love with you, and I want to spend every day of my life with you. Happy birthday, and I thank God for you every day.
Now, aside from the age gap, the whole power dynamic between these two had people raising eyebrows from the jump. Sure, Beyonce was already a star, but Jay-Z, he was the kingpin of the industry with way more clout and influence than she had at that point. Fast forward to today, and the tables have turned a bit. Beyonce has leveled up, becoming Hollywood's ultimate queen. I mean, she's not just a big deal, she's the biggest deal, holding the record for the most Grammy wins ever. But even with all her success, the side-eye didn't go away. Jay-Z still found himself in the hot seat, with folks throwing out accusations and calling him all kinds of names. Now let's talk about these wild rumors that have been floating around. There's been whispers about Jay-Z allegedly using drugs and substances to control Beyonce. I know, it sounds crazy, but suddenly all those suspicious glances from before don't seem so far-fetched anymore. Here's another thing to consider. Beyonce has opened up about how she didn't have the typical childhood or teenage years because she was so focused on her career. She said, "My teenage years were about the grind. My energy went into Destiny's Child and the dream of us getting a record deal and becoming musicians. If something wasn't helping me reach my goal, I decided to invest no time in it." So, not only was Beyonce 12 years younger than Jay-Z, but she was also super inexperienced when it came to relationships. It's got people wondering if she was really in control back then, or if she was just a kid who didn't know any better. Now, these weren't just rumors anymore. Some insiders came through with the tea, spilling that Beyonce wasn't just feeling trapped, she was genuinely stuck. According to multiple sources, Jay-Z was allegedly obsessed with manipulating her, holding all the control, and basically running her life. She had no room to breathe or live on her own terms. This whole thing is starting to look like a major power play, and it's no wonder people are rethinking the narrative of their perfect marriage. One of the most interesting exposés came from a guy who claimed to be Beyonce's former bodyguard. Now, it's pretty clear this man isn't exactly Beyonce's biggest fan because, honey, he had a lot to say about the ins and outs of her relationship with Jay-Z. He didn't hold back at all, going straight for the jugular and confirming what many people had suspected. Their marriage wasn't really a love story, it was more like a business deal.
Relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
This revelation was definitely jaw-dropping, but it didn't exactly send shockwaves through the fandom. Let's be real, this tea's been brewing for years. From the jump, people have been whispering that Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship wasn't exactly a fairy tale romance. But the bodyguard wasn't done yet. This time, the spotlight was fully on Jay-Z, and he spilled some tea that might just make your jaw drop. He suggested that Jay-Z could have been the one to introduce Beyonce to the world of drugs. Now, before y'all start flipping out, remember Jay-Z hasn't exactly kept his past as a drug dealer on the down low. So the idea that he could have used substances to manipulate things, well, considering his history, it's not the wildest thought to float around. Let's be clear, I'm not out here saying Beyonce is living in some drug-induced haze, so don't come for me. But let's be real, Hollywood's party scene is no stranger to a little substance action. A lot of celebs have dipped their toes in that pool at least once, even your faves. So while it might sound shocking, it's not exactly breaking news in the industry. Now, just to be crystal clear, I'm not saying Queen Bey is on drugs, but let's be real, substance use isn't exactly rare in Hollywood. And considering how Beyonce is so tight-lipped and has this iron grip control on her image, it wouldn't be totally out of the question for her to keep any potential issues on the down low. But wait, there's more. Jaguar Wright jumped into the mix, and let me tell you, she served up the same kind of tea like it's piping hot and ready for consumption. Now, I know some folks have been saying Jaguar's just out here making up stories to stay in the spotlight, but she's never been hit with a lawsuit for slander or defamation by any of the celebs she's exposed. You'd think if she was out here spinning lies, someone would have served her with a legal smackdown by now, right? According to Jaguar, Jay-Z is allegedly so obsessed with keeping Beyonce under his thumb that he allegedly has her on a constant supply of, well, you know.
He's a monster. And I've known he's a monster for years. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a captive.
No, girl.
She then compared Beyonce's situation to that of Britney Spears, asking fans to start a Free Beyonce campaign because she is allegedly a prisoner in her marriage and trapped.
Not my beautiful Beyonce 5.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about Free Britney, y'all need to be doing a campaign that say Free Beyonce.
The Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
Oh, God, no. If Beyonce is in prison, she's in one of the most expensive prisons ever.
Yes, she is. And she's watched 24 hours a day. She's not allowed to make a choice for herself, not at all, not in any way.
Oh.
People think she has an amazing life. She is told what to say, she is told what to eat, she is told what to drink, she is told what to wear.
By whom?
She is not her husband's wife, she is his employee. It's a business arrangement. She was a dowry. He married her and he got to have control of the Houston rap scene.
That's just crazy, but what's even crazier is the fact that Jay-Z himself has admitted to treating Beyonce badly on purpose. And we're not even talking about the fact that he cheated on her. In his song 444, he said, "I said, don't embarrass me instead of be mine. That was my proposal for us to go steady. I seen the innocence leave your eyes. I still mourn its death, and I apologize for all the stillborns, cause I wasn't present. Your body wouldn't accept it." People also noticed something weird at the Grammys earlier this year when Jay-Z offered her a drink, but she refused to take it.
Welcome back to the Grammys, everybody. You know, when you equal a record, there's no way you don't get to hold your Grammy in your hand and celebrate that.
Fans are now in overdrive, playing detective and speculating that he might have slipped something into the drink, offering a possible explanation for her rejection. Because let's be real, no one wants to be drugged out of their minds on the biggest night of their life. As if this story couldn't get crazier, now we're hearing that Jay-Z allegedly didn't pull this whole drugging Beyonce thing off alone. Oh no, he had some help from one of his friends. And y'all want to take a wild guess who this mystery accomplice is? According to new reports, the man behind the curtain is none other than Diddy. Now, we all remember how Cassie made some seriously shocking revelations in her lawsuit against Diddy, revealing how he allegedly kept her in a drug-induced haze to maintain control. She claimed he'd trick her into taking drugs or straight up force them on her. The court document said, Mr. Combs always supplied Ms. Ventura and the adults with copious amounts of drugs before and during the threesomes. Ms. Ventura was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts during threesomes, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. The feds said the same thing in their indictment documents, where they wrote, Freak-offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved multiple sex workers. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant, sometimes unbeknownst to the victims. Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. I know it's wild, right? But as they say, birds of a feather flock together. So maybe it's not all that shocking after all. For a while now, whispers have been circulating in the industry that Jay-Z might not be the saint we've all been led to believe. Behind that polished billion-dollar image, there's a whole dark world that could leave us all shook. Remember when Cassie's lawsuit took the spotlight and had everyone talking? Well, Jaguar Wright didn't hold back either, saying that Jay-Z might actually be even worse than Diddy. But the difference is, Jay-Z has been way smarter and way more careful about keeping his dark side under wraps. It's like he's been playing the long game, and the public's been buying the perfect image he's been selling.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. He been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years.
For ages, fans have been side-eyeing the friendship between these two heavyweights, wondering what's really going down. Because let's be real, there's an air of shady business surrounding their bromance. They were so tight that Diddy revealed that only his mom and Jay-Z had the VIP pass to call him by his real name, Sean.
One person.
Oh, go on.
Then I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay,
That should be calling me. Yeah, that should be calling me Sean.
According to reports, somewhere along the road, Diddy and Jay-Z allegedly found themselves tangled up in some hanky-panky, if you catch my drift. Now, I don't know if it's true, but the streets have been buzzing, and let me tell you, people love to talk about these two. On the flip side, Diddy's business has been out there for a while, and it's not just Cassie's lawsuit. No, we've been hearing rumors about his DL dealings for years, even before things got all messy for him. And don't forget, 2 years ago, Jaguar Wright had a jaw-dropping interview where she flat-out claimed that Diddy and Jay-Z had more than just a friendship. She said they had a little something going on.
Building a working, camaraderie with Honey Combs and Diddy. And
why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
Because he smacks so sweet. That fucking sodomite. Anyway,
Then there's the time that 50 Cent shared a video of him on stage with Diddy and Jay-Z, capturing the moment Diddy playfully slapped Jay-Z's butt.
What you gonna do for him, Jay?
I want to take him back a little bit.
What's it, man? Put your Rockefeller shine in city.
So allegedly, it's not just about Diddy allegedly helping his bestie drug his wife, but helping his alleged freak-off partner drug his wife. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Fans have been left shook, leaving comments like, "I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I do believe she's on something and Jay-Z keeps her on something. Come to find out she only performs maybe once every 5 years. Her fans really don't get to see her. She may make an appearance once a year, but that's not a lot. So I believe that she may be on something. She's a celebrity that you don't see a lot." Others chimed in saying, "Always knew I was right about Jay-Z. We always knew about Diddy, but I always felt like Jay-Z had a lot of secrecy with him. And I'm not talking about what drug dealing either. I'm talking about exactly what is being shown. And to me, that elevator incident will always be about her hatred for him. I feel like that was Solange's way of saying she was disgusted with him over something. It must be something that occurred regularly because Beyonce sat there like nothing was happening. This is all kinds of crazy besties. But what do y'all think about Diddy and Jay-Z being exposed like this? Is there any truth to these wild allegations, or is it all just smoke and mirrors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this tea is too hot not to discuss. Remember, in the world of celebrity gossip, things aren't always what they seem. Stay tuned, stay curious, and most importantly, stay fabulous. This is Hoy Gossip signing off for now. Bye.